Now we live.
You are live.
We're live.
Live action.
All right, so let me come in here. Let me change this real quick. Refresh. Let people get on here. We got folks coming in. All right, so right here, I'm going to change this to on. Save. There we go.
All right.
Now we're rolling.
Hey.
What is happening, everybody? We're going to wait just a second. Let some folks get in here. We have we got us a little special guest in here just this evening. Come here, boy. Come here, Lolo.
He's got a new owner.
You better not.
No worries. Don't take my dog. Come on, sweet boy. Come on. Yeah. We got a special guest in the house.
What's up, Arlo? What's up, buddy?
He said, no, Daddy.
What is happening, y'all? Hope y'all having a wonderful Sunday. We are, except I'm wore out. I'm not gonna lie. I am tired. I really am. Some of y'all don't know we had a great weekend.
Past
weekend. Well, I did. I meant we as in the group that went to Oklahoma. You didn't go.
I didn't go.
You didn't go.
Somebody had to stay and take care of things and
the whole flying situation. You can't fly anymore.
It was just too soon. I wouldn't say I can't fly anymore.
Right.
But I can't fly right now.
I will say this though. I will say that it the flight was really it was 4 planes. I had a layover, and all the planes were extremely smooth except the one, the last one would have got you.
Well, do you remember when, let's see, 10 years ago?
Yeah.
Mary Carl was 2. We went to San Francisco.
Yeah.
And we flew back from Dallas to Montgomery.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
I remember that.
That was your flight today, except you went from Dallas. No, you didn't. You went from Houston to Birmingham.
No, well, today I did.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Same air pattern.
Now, the first day I went my flight was Birmingham to Dallas to Oklahoma. And then on the way back was Oklahoma to Tulsa. I mean, not Tulsa. Oak was the Tulsa airport, but Oklahoma to Houston, then Houston to Birmingham, which was crazy, but it is what it is.
Well,
was it rough, that one?
My point was, the first time I ever got really sick on an airplane, we came from Dallas to Montgomery.
Mm-hmm.
So we were going from west to east, and I'm wondering.
That's what it was.
You said it was a little rougher today.
It was rough today.
So
it really was.
Tell me.
My right ear still stopped up, and I didn't have no issues with the other flights. So I don't know.
I wonder if going from west to east is a worse turbulence than going other directions. I don't know. I don't know, but I didn't make the flight. So
you didn't make the flight. It was, and I had an early flight. My flight was at 6 a.m. this morning. So yeah, it was. I had to get up early. I got up at 4. And I was already packed and ready to go. So I got up at 4 and found my Uber. Luckily, I was a little nervous because the Uber drivers were 17 minutes out. One of them popped up. And it was 20 minutes to the airport.
Uh-huh. So that put you 40 minutes.
Yeah. This is 40 minutes. And it was about, long story short, it was going to be like 5:19 when I got there, and they were boarding at 5:40.
That didn't give you much time.
No, it was something crazy like that. So I was getting a little worried. But and then when I hit the Uber, the first driver picked up and was headed my way, and he's like, nah, I'm not going to pick this guy up. And then he canceled, and I was like, "Oh my!"
You know what he probably did?
4:00 in the morning. I'm thinking. My first thought was, "I bet there's not many Uber drivers at 4:00 in the morning."
I bet Lester called him.
You reckon?
And I bet he went and picked Lester up instead of.
He may have.
But that's what he did.
He may have. Maybe that's what it was. I was hoping Daniel would have sent his limo to pick me up and take me on over to the airport. Didn't happen though. Daniel's stingy with his limos. Yes.
He's got multiples?
Yeah, I think he does in a private. He could have just let me borrow the private jet.
Yeah, he could have just flew you
That's right.
home instead of making me have to go to Birmingham to pick your little self up.
That's right.
So I didn't have to leave so early. I got to leave at about, I left about 10 o'clock this morning.
Oh, really?
I left at 10 o'clock and picked Jason up at 11:15 in Birmingham.
Right. That's right.
So.
But for those that don't know, I was invited to go speak and teach. Really, it was a teaching thing. This wasn't no meet and greet or fan thing or anything like that. This was actually a learning thing where people actually paid money to try to build their social media. We always think of YouTube first, but because I'm started on YouTube first, and then Daniel and Dutch, we're all consider ourselves YouTubers, even though we're getting into the Facebook game now. But Lester and Jamie are Facebookers.
Right.
And then they just kind of migrated into YouTube. So, but it was teaching of some people that were wanting to grow their channels and social influence in their content. And it was really, really awesome. I tell you, I didn't know what to expect, to be honest with you. And it blew my expectations out the water. I'm not gonna lie. It was really, really nice. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed teaching. But I can talk YouTube for hours if somebody wants to listen.
Our friends here local, yeah. Nick and Zoe Baker from Chestnut Hills Farmstead, they were thinking about going because they have a YouTube channel. And they were wanting to know if it would be worth it for them. Yeah. Well, at the time, this is the first time Dutch and Daniel have ever put on this event.
Right.
We didn't really know, what it was going to be like.
Right.
You hate to tell somebody, yeah, come on, and then it not be what they expect.
Right.
So the event took place and you thought that everything went spectacular.
I did. From the feedback from I want to call them students because they were like sponges. And so from the feedback that we were getting, it seems like everybody thought it was a home run.
So I wanted to know firsthand.
Yeah.
So Nick and Zoe ended up driving from Chilton County, Alabama to Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.
10 hours.
Which is where the event was. And they did offer for me to ride with them.
That's right.
I could have went and I could have rode with them and just been just fine. But, we're getting settled into our house and I'm fixing to move in this place. And I just needed to stick around for this one. I felt like, if Jason was okay on his own, there's not anything I can teach anybody. Then there was no point in me going. So they drove and they took the trip, and I wanted to know how they felt about it after they went. And they said it was absolutely incredible.
I was so glad they said that too.
So that was not just them. I mean, I wasn't getting anything out of them telling me yes or no, but they said it was absolutely incredible, and they were so glad they went. Some people are saying there's no sound. Nobody else is having that problem. So I'm thinking that it's something on your end. You may want to check your mute button and other things because everybody else has sound.
Yeah, everybody else has sound.
But they had a wonderful time. They learned a lot. They said that their note taking was just off the charts because they were learning faster than they could write.
Yeah.
And that's what you want to hear. I mean, I think coming from, I would guess, say 4 different directions, maybe even 5 different directions. Lester, Jamie, 6 different directions, DJ and Daniel,
DJ
Dutch,
and Daniel,
and then you. That was a lot of different angles from the way creators do things differently. And I don't necessarily think y'all all got together and said, hey, I'm going to say this, I'm going to say this. I think you kind of knew what points you were going to hit on, but the audience didn't know if it was going to be worthwhile to them or not.
Right. Yeah, we all had topics. We all had topics. Dutch was thumbnails and titles, and Daniel was more the merchandise side of it and the business side of things, him and DJ. And then Lester was how to tell a story, because Lester's such a great storyteller. And then Jamie was going deep. Jamie went deep. She went deep into about the ins and out of Facebook and ins and out of YouTube. And then I taught about how to figure out who your target audience is. And it went great. It went really, really good.
Well, y'all did have one Zoom meeting about, I think it was about a week out, wasn't it?
It was.
And coming away from that Zoom meeting, you knew that Jamie was so knowledgeable, and not that everybody else didn't, but you had kind of never had any conversation with her.
Right.
And so after that, you went into it knowing that you were actually going to learn something, as well as, you know, potentially teach others some of your knowledge.
And that was the thing, you know, we were there teaching, but we also, everybody, you know, after I got through speaking, Lester was sitting beside me, and he was already looking at his analytics and his target audience while I was. And so he was learning from me. I was learning from him, even though we're friends and we talk to each other all the time, all of us.
It's not like sitting down and talking about, you know, what works for you and what helps you, and, you know, where you made the turning point. Why do you feel like you were successful versus, and that's what those people that were attending were out to do, was to learn and to do, you know, more with being creative and trying to help others. Yeah,
it was a good time. Now, this was, I've met Daniel, and I've met Dutch, or Sean. I call him Dutch. I mean, nobody calls him Sean.
Everybody
calls him Dutch.
Yeah.
Keeping it Dutch. And keeping a Dutch homestead, if you don't know. And Daniel was Arms Family Homestead, if some of you don't know who we're talking about, but I'm sure most of you guys all know. But it was, I know those guys, and I've met them in person, but I've never met Lester in person.
And you kind of don't, I mean, you think you know somebody, but then when you meet somebody in person for the first time, it just kind of changes all that. And y'all that have met us, the biggest compliment we have ever received from anybody that's met us is you're the same in person as you are in camera.
That's right.
And I feel like that's what you came back with after meeting Lester is, you know, he's just a genuine good guy.
Lester is exactly what you see on his channel. He is just a ball of energy, but his happiness and his energy and his positivity, all that stuff,
it's just contagious.
Very contagious, and it overflows on to you or in anybody. Like, we're in a restaurant, you know, the waiter's laughing and having a good time. I mean, he is just a amazing person. He's very, very giving, and
really, I hear some Canadians flying over.
So does Arlo.
Yeah.
But yeah, just he really was. He's a unbelievable guy. And I told you, first thing I told you when I got back, because you hadn't met DJ yet.
No, I hadn't met. I was just about to say that I've met all of those people except for DJ. Mm-hmm. And I haven't met Lester or Jamie in person. But while you were gone, you sent me a text and you said you would love everybody here.
I did.
Which, like I said, I've met Daniel, I've met Dutch, I've met, you know, Dutch's family. But that was just how Jason felt, is we would just fast friends.
Yeah,
and
we are too. We had, you know, we had a good time all the way through, even when we were teaching and over there. And it was work too. It was draining. We were wore out, but it was really, 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 really a good time. And I'm so glad I did it.
Well, I think it's already in the discussions for possibly having it again next year.
Yeah.
You know, when you realize something was a success, mm-hmm. then why not follow through with it for the next year?
Right.
And as I attended the Okie Homesteading Expo, mm-hmm. that was the most organized event that we could have ever asked for.
Yeah, it was good.
And I think you felt the same way about this.
I did.
I think you felt like, for a first go,
yep,
and for everything to go so smooth, Dutch and Daniel and their families did a fantastic job of making sure everything just went the way it should.
They did.
And by the way, I think I'm going next year.
Good. Good.
I'll be settled in. I'll make Mary Carl stay and take care of the farm.
That's right. That's right. Oh my gracious. Well, I didn't, you had to take care of the farm and so I'm back now. So we're back to normal. We won't be back to normal till tomorrow, but I'm so glad to see that you're back, because when one person is here, trying to take care of, we don't have that many animals, but when one person's here trying to do everything from taking care of moving in a house. That's right.
And I had to go get gas for the tractor, fill it up. I had to go get feed. I had to cut grass, had to tend to everything. And I got all of mine and your clothes hung up and put in the closet. I got them out of the attic in the tiny house. I took a trip to Selma and picked up a TV that was stored at your mom's. I picked up a light fixture that a lady gave us for potential use in the future.
Right.
I didn't sit down.
You was boogieing.
I was boogieing, and I plan on taking the rest of the week off. So good thing it's Sunday for you, because this is a week's in, right?
That's right. And another thing, the plumber, if you guys watched the last video, we went to cut to see if we can move our washer and dryer over here, cut the water on. I remember me hearing the water running, and I couldn't figure out where it was, and it ended up being coming out where we're going to have an outdoor sink. And so you called the plumber, because I told you I was going to try to do it, but I had to leave.
Well, the plan,
called the plumber, and you said about as soon as you hung up the phone, he was over here.
The plan was that we were going to pick up the supplies, and I think we were going to do that on the way back from the airport. Get the things that were needed to cut off those sinks. And so I thought to myself, I'll just call the plumber, because he lives right in this area. So I didn't think too much about it. And I called him, and y'all literally he said, I'll be by there in a little bit. And I said, okay. And I was like, I'm not here right now, but go ahead. You know where everything is, and you know how to get yourself in. And about that time, I pulled up at the same time he did, and he was already here. And he said, I said, excuse the mess. He said, I'm not going to be here 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And so literally he went, and he said he needed to do something else while he was here, so we wouldn't make a mistake and cut the kitchen sink on that wasn't capped off. But I don't think that would have happened. But hey, you never know with that manifold, you could hit the wrong button and we could have a flooded kitchen. So he said he wanted to do that anyway. So, I had intentions of moving the washer and dryer in after he did that.
You didn't try that without me.
And then another thing I was going to do, but I didn't get around to it, is I thought, what a wonderful surprise for me to build a sink base to hold a sink for the outdoor area. And when we went to go get feed, and I ended up getting 17 bags of feed.
Really?
And 3 square bales of hay. And I was going to get some pallets and tear the pallets apart and make some. I was going to show you my expert wood skills and make some cabinet doors out of pallets. And
oh, wow.
I still might do that. You just stay in the camper one day and I'll do that. But I didn't have any room on the truck for for
Oh, because I
had 17 bags of feed and three
you
3 bales of hay.
You find something on Pinterest or something? You got a picture?
I've been looking at them for a long time. I have. I've got in mind what I think would be a good thing for me to build. So you just step out one afternoon and I'll get it built.
You show me what you're thinking about and we can brainstorm it.
I'm gonna build it. But I did get a lot done. Just going to the feed store and getting the feed put up, that took a couple of hours. And in the meantime, Tanya from Hidden Valley,
our beekeeper,
I told her I needed a couple of more jars of honey.
Right.
And she was coming at the same time I was going to get feed. So I told her where to leave it. And I got me a couple of more jars of that good Hidden Valley honey.
Yeah.
From Cog Hill Farms.
And she can't.
Well, I need to talk to you about that.
Okay.
She said she has a source for some plastic bottles.
Oh, really?
And she wanted me to talk to you about the possibility of how we can get together and maybe make the honey sales work. But I was told that it was a limited supply. So I'm not sure if she meant this year or if this is something for next year. But anyway, I got a lot of grass cut.
You did get a lot of grass cut.
I got a whole lot of grass cut. And I mean, we've been living in that camper we're approaching a year.
We're approaching a year.
And so there was a lot of things that had, I don't want to say stored, but had gotten put around the camper that needed to be picked up.
Mm-hmm.
And the grass had grown up around the camper from all the rain. So I got our little 3-wheel weed eater.
Mm-hmm.
I said we're weed eater poor right now because ours needs some repairs. Mm-hmm. So I got our little 3-wheeled weed eater, moved all the stuff away from the camper. So this week we can pull that thing out of here. I'm just seeing if you're paying attention to
there
me.
There was somebody that's being did. So I was trying to find it. I was trying to find the spammer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going to pull the camper out this week.
Yeah.
And park it out by the road with a big for sale sign.
Yeah.
First come, first serve. You hook it up to your truck and you take it on. And I'll help you. I'll help you. No, not this weekend. This week.
This week.
Yeah. Not next weekend. This week. This week. All our clothes are hung up. I have gotten everything that belongs to me out of that camper.
So what are we staying in the camp? What would actually keep us from moving over here?
Well, I mean, I can hang sheets up in the window and we're good to go.
You think?
Yeah. I can stay here tonight.
You got sheets and bed?
I got sheets on the bed.
Yeah.
I got pillows. I mean, I got everything. I got clothes in the closet. I have filled the drawers up with all of our clothes. The only thing missing is some of your stuff I didn't mess with because I didn't know where you wanted to put it.
Right. I don't know where I want to put it either.
Well, I didn't want to mess with your stuff. But mine and Mary Carl's stuff is all moved in.
Well, good. That's awesome.
But you know what I'd like to have?
What's that?
I'd like to have a fence for the dogs.
Yeah. But that's in the works, though.
It's in the works.
That's in the works.
He told me 2 weeks. And I wish I could remember what date it was that I talked to him.
Yeah.
It's Independent Fence Company is who I talked to.
Mm-hmm.
And they are going to put us up some black chain link fence along with another little fence here at our, what do you call that thing? Breezeway.
Your breezeway.
With a gate so
Correct.
We can go through right there. But I want the fence to be installed before I move the dogs over here. The thing about, using I call them a pee pad. I don't know what the correct pronunciation for that is, but if I put a pee pad down for accidents, I don't want them to think that's what they're supposed to use.
Yeah, we don't want them to get us started on that.
No. So I mean, I can still let them in and out, but I would like for them to be able to get used to, going in and out the doggy door. I guess we can move their kennel over here and maybe.
Yeah, we could do that.
I should have done that this weekend. I should have done that this weekend. Arlo would have helped me.
Arlo would have helped you.
Arlo does not want to go back in the camper.
Arlo loves being out of. He's tired. He's maybe more tired of the camper than any of us.
He does not want to go back in. Let me tell y'all something funny this morning. So I let him out first thing every morning.
Yeah. While
Jason's been gone, it's been, he's my dog.
Right.
So me and my dog, we go. We go down the stairs, and if y'all have been watching the videos, Roomba had babies.
Right.
And Roomba hatched her chicks in Tucker and Pink's cat house.
Right.
And so she hangs out over by the camper because she takes those chicks up in the cat house at night, and that's where they sleep because that's where they were born and everything. So we go down the stairs and we get to the bottom of the stair, and Roomba comes after him with her wings all out like this. And Arlo, he just about jumped out of his skin.
She is the most aggressive hen I have ever seen in my life. I've never seen a hen act like her.
She's a feisty little thing, I'm here to tell you.
She's more aggressive than a rooster.
She is.
I mean, for real.
It scared him to death.
She comes after us.
Well, I'm not intimidated by her.
No, I'm not intimidated by her either.
But he was.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he was.
It's funny the way I got to get it on camera. I just got to try to get on camera what she does. But she fluffs herself up.
Oh, she makes her wings as big as she can.
And then her neck feathers come up like this. And she does this little walk. And it is pretty funny.
Redneck's got to be the daddy. She has 2 little chicks, and they're both black, and they're both neck and necks. So he's got to be the daddy to the babies.
Got to be a daddy to the babies.
And we've had some silkies that have hatched out some chicks in some hidden places. Because if you know a silkie, you know that you can't get that broodiness out of them.
No.
If there's one thing they're good for, is for being good mamas.
The best mamas in the world.
And so they'll find little holes in little hidey places, and they will sit on their eggs, and you won't even see them for 21 days and not think twice about where they went, because it's just
what they do.
Everyday occurrence that one of them be gone. But yeah, you've seen some little chicks run around here, and they got little redneck in them.
Every one of
little
them.
Little redneck babies.
None of them are corny babies. They're all redneck babies.
All redneck babies.
Every one of them.
Arlo, what you doing, buddy? Oh, he's got something.
Come here, boy. What you got?
But so when we drove up, I went in to let my dog out.
Yeah.
And I beat you to the door. So I said, come on, buddy, let's go on out. And he came out and he took a look at Jason, and Jason had his sunglasses on, his hat, and he hadn't seen him.
I had my headphones on, my portable headphones.
Did you have something? So he hadn't seen Jason in 4 days.
Yeah.
And Arlo started backing up.
He didn't know who I was.
He was going to go back in the camper.
He didn't know who I was.
Jason said, what a good guard dog he is. Well, you know what my thoughts were?
What's that?
Maybe he was going to protect Gidget and Dixie.
Maybe he was going to go get them.
Yeah, maybe for backup.
There's a stranger out here. I might need you guys' help. Yeah, y'all come on.
That's probably what it was.
Yeah.
Well, he's a good dog.
He is. I tell you, we've never owned a miniature. We never owned a large schnauzer or a miniature schnauzer, and had no intentions of buying a miniature schnauzer.
No.
And
you know what happened?
What?
Do you remember?
This is what happened is that I started getting an itch to have my own dog, and I had my own dog. His name was Moose, and he was pretty much a blind. He had retinal dysplasia. He was a blind lab. He couldn't see nothing when it was sunlight outside. He just couldn't see. He would run into things. But he wasn't Brooke's dog. He was my dog.
And that was by his choice. He just attached himself to Jason. And then, I had Gidget, and she attached herself to me.
That's true. But Moose was a long time ago.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, Moose was.
Well, we had him when you bought your first house.
Yes.
And that was in 98.
And didn't he pass away before me and Carl was born?
Yes, he did. Because we still had Bay.
That's right.
Who was another yellow Labrador retriever. They were not related. She was healthy as a horse and the best dog you could ever ask for. Right. Smart as a whip.
Right.
And Moose passed away before me and Carl was even born.
Right.
Which broke all of our hearts because he was such a special needs dog. And he was there for you too.
Yeah, he was my dog. I mean, wherever I went, he went. And then when he passed away, I just couldn't. I couldn't replace him. I just like I couldn't replace him. And then I don't know why I got the itch, but I started thinking about wanting a dog. And my first one I thought of was, and I just think they're super cool, was a French bulldog.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if you guys ever looked at the prices of a French bulldog.
They're up there.
They're up there. And I was like, whoo. But then I started reading about them, and it said that they like to pass gas all the time. That was a con of them,
And Jason was like,
so I don't know if I can live with this. I didn't know if I could live with this. So I went on to these websites. I think Pedigree's got one. Purina may have one. All you dog food and dog sites have these things, and it's like your breed matches to you. You know what I'm talking about? So I put this stuff in there, and every time it would be the same 3 breeds, and it was like him,
Schnauzer, a miniature
schnauzer, a Boston Terrier, and a French bulldog. That was like the 3 dogs that came up every time, and I was like, huh. And I thought, you know what? I have never seen a miniature schnauzer. We see dogs here, there. We're out here in kind of rural Alabama. You see short hair pointers everywhere. You see Labradors,
everywhere.
golden
Yorkies.
retrievers. You see a lot of dog breeds, but I don't think I've ever seen a miniature schnauzer.
No, it's just not something it's
not a popular dog in this area.
Not in this area. And y'all may be in an area where you say, oh my gosh, there's schnauzers everywhere.
Yeah.
But, and it's like that here with Labrador retrievers or golden retrievers or Yorkshire terriers or, that's dogs we see all the time.
All the time.
But not a miniature schnauzer. And so when it said that, I got on the computer. Are we getting dark in here?
The sun's setting.
Okay. I got on the computer and Googled miniature schnauzer. And we were living in Valley Grande, Alabama at the time, which is near Selma, which is the old farm.
That's right.
Upon Googling, I found some in Clanton, Alabama.
Where we are now.
And I thought, no.
And get this. Nah. That was the only one that came up in the state of Alabama.
Oh, over 300 miles.
And they were ready to go that day. So it was meant to be.
So, and we're not, ready to go kind of people.
No.
We need to think about things.
We didn't think about things, but we have been thinking about.
Oh, yeah, we have been thinking.
I was going through these websites and reading, and for probably 2 weeks, maybe even longer.
We knew we were settled to where we could take in a puppy if it came to it. So I called the lady, and upon talking to her, I think she had 3 puppies left. Yes. One of them was going to North Alabama the next day.
That's right.
And so she had 2 left. So she sent me pictures of those 2. And I immediately said, that light one, we got to get that light colored one. That
color was called Platinum, and it was beautiful. That dog was gorgeous, and I wanted a male. That was the thing. I wanted a male, and that was gorgeous. So that was our mindset going into where we're getting that one. It was gorgeous, beautiful, just this beautiful color called Platinum. And his Arlo was the typical gray. Yeah,
he was just a
salt and pepper.
There was not anything that really stood out to make him different looking.
Right.
He just looked like a regular schnauzer.
Right.
And so the lady said, well, I'm going to take this puppy to meet this lady tomorrow in North Alabama. And I'll let you guys know when I come back through and I can meet y'all in Maplesville, which is halfway.
Right.
And I said, okay. So we thought about it and talked about it all night. And we decided that we would get that beautiful platinum colored puppy. So I told her that. And she let Arlo come along for the ride.
Yes.
Because she didn't want to leave him at home because there was nobody at home to care for him. The lady, Arlo's breeding was an accident. She's not like she was a dog breeder. No. She had a male.
But they are registered.
Yeah, they're registered.
We never sent Arlo's papers in though, because we don't care if he's registered.
Yeah, that's right. She had a male that was not neutered.
Right.
And then she had a female that was in heat.
Right.
Whatever this is. It's a water bottle cap.
Oh, that's what it is.
Baby, you don't need that. So her son, who did not live there, came down for Memorial Day. Remember that?
That's right.
And she had the male in one fenced-in area, and she had the female who was in heat in another fenced-in area and let her out. And somehow the male got out and got to her, and it was a total accident.
Yes.
That they were bred.
Yep.
And so when she came to meet us the next day, she brought Arlo.
Yeah.
And she brought Arlo's brother, the platinum one.
Right.
And Piper was with us.
That's right. Piper was with us.
Piper, May Carl's little redheaded friend, was with us. And we went and we met at a grocery store parking lot. Yep. You remember that?
I do remember that. And you talked to the lady for a long time.
I did. I talked to her on the phone.
She sent us all kind of pictures. These dogs were just the parents were gorgeous.
And she was schooling us as much as we were trying to learn about, we want to make sure he was going to work in our family.
Right.
And she wasn't just going to let these dogs go anywhere.
Right.
So she put the little platinum one down, and Piper and May Carl oohing and eyeing over how beautiful he is, and we're playing with him while Jason's over playing with Arlo.
Yeah.
And it's going to be his dog.
Right.
So he makes this final decision. And I'm toting a little platinum around, like we're fixing to take this little baby home. And Jason said, I think I like this one. Yeah. And I was like,
I just connected with him.
Do what? What?
I connected with him.
He was so laid back. And the other one was more full of energy.
And it wasn't that. It was just something about him, and we connected.
You did.
And then when we connected, I knew exactly that was going to be my dog.
It was on like Donkey Kong.
It was.
Arlo got in the car and went home with us that day, and we never looked back.
Mm-mm.
And his mama, his human mama, still does message me to this day, and
she wants pictures of him.
She wants to check in with and see how Arlo's doing.
That's right.
Yeah,
he's a good boy.
He's my new baby. So you're going to, what kind of dog are you going to get now that I have a new one?
I don't know. I'm not going to look at that. All right, I'm just going to turn my head. All right.
He said, "Okay, you don't have to look at it. Just wait till we get back to that camper and Gidget sees this, and it'll be over."
Oh man! But once he realized it was me. You said when he drove up, he didn't know it was me because I had my headphones on, my sunglasses, and hat, and I had this. So he ain't seen this hat's what it is. He ain't seen this gorgeous hat here, and he didn't know who this was, and so it kind of intimidated him a little bit. Yeah, that's probably what it was.
He thought you went to the wrong state. You belonged in Texas.
But when he realized it was me, oh my gosh, bless his heart, y'all. He was crying.
I wish I'd been videoing it. And my concern was he TTing all over the place? But he doesn't tend to do that.
No, he don't.
I think that's a little girl dog thing more so. But he was happy to see his daddy.
He was happy.
I was too.
Yeah.
I was happy to have you home.
Happy to be home. I really was, even though I had an awesome time and just it was a great time, but I was happy to be home.
Happy. It's always good to get away for a little bit, and
it is.
Then you realize what you got once you get back.
That's right. Absolutely.
That's right. You want to take some questions?
We can talk some more, whatever. I see a lot of people asking where my glasses are. Y'all.
He lost them.
I want to tell y'all something. This is a true story now. This is the true story. So I get off the second plane, and I never slept on the plane because the whole time I'm thinking, because I flew by myself. So the people sitting next to me, I have no idea who these people are. None. So I have my Audible. I love Audible. I don't know if you guys like Audible. I love Audible. I love the audio books. So I'm listening to one. And I'm sitting there and I'm just kind of reading on my phone and listening, and I'm kind of catching myself dozing off but I don't want the woman beside me, me like this.
You don't want to lay your head on her shoulder.
I don't know who she is or the man. I don't know who they are, and so I was fighting it. I don't want to fall asleep on some person's shoulder beside me because once you go comatose, it's over. So I was worried about that. So then I woke up. When I wake up, I was fighting it. I was like, I'm not going to go to sleep.
That was on the way home?
On the way home.
Uh-huh.
So I got off the second plane, and that was we're coming in Birmingham. I got off the second plane, and I'm walking, and I'm going down the whatever you call it, the ramp or whatever that's connected to the airplane, and you're going out, and I'm walking down there, and I just got off the plane, but I'm walking, and I get to the end of it, and I said, God. And I start feeling in my pocket because I was keeping my glasses in my pocket of my jacket because I took a rain jacket because it was raining here when we left. So I stuck my glasses in my pockets where I've been keeping them. And y'all, I said, I left my glasses on that airplane. They fell out. But I'm tell you what, I'm too tired. I'm not going back.
Jason.
I'm not going to go back to get them. I'm too tired. I'm tired. I'm not going to go back to get my glasses. They're all. I need a new pair. They were all wore out. The lenses, the stuff's coming off the lens. I'm not worried about the arms are crooked on them like this. I'm not worried about my glasses. I'm ready to go home. So I start walking, and I'm like, Brooke's gonna be upset about these glasses. So I'm walking. So I moved my headphones, and when I did, my glasses were on my face.
Oh my gracious, Jason!
And they moved, and I was like. That's my glasses.
That's hilarious. That is hilarious.
They're on my head the entire time, and I was steadily. If somebody had been filming me, they would have saw me. I was patting myself down like I was fixing to get arrested.
That's funny.
Yeah, It was funny. It made me laugh because they were exactly on my head the entire time. But but I left them. They're over there. We came over here. You fixed me a grilled cheese, and I said I want to record a live because we didn't do one yesterday because I was not here. So I really wanted to record a live. And
I think it was
last
Saturday night is when we did our live.
Yeah,
and we said we were gonna be back on a regular schedule, and we'll see y'all next weekend. It didn't occur to us
that wasn't going to be here.
And I always go back and I try to read most of the comments, although we have such generous people that comment that I can't possibly read them all.
Right.
But I did read where somebody said, "You and Mary Carl must be going to do that live." And I kind of chuckled to myself because I thought to myself, Mary Carl gonna have to hook that equipment up because I don't have a clue.
And I had the computer.
And you had the computer.
I had the computer with me.
We wouldn't have got very far. We could have done it on our phone.
You could have done it on your phone.
Yeah. What would you have thought if
I would have thought
if you'd have been out with the guys and we'd have been doing a live? It would have been the goofiest thing you'd ever seen.
No, it would have been awesome.
Yeah.
These folks would have loved it.
Mary Carl she's doing wonderful. Somebody just said, how's Mary Carl doing? She's back in her bedroom right now trying to get things organized because I don't know about Jason, but me and Mary Carl are moving in this week. And so, matter of fact, she was laying in her bed a little bit earlier. She said, "Mama, is it okay if I just lay down for a little bit?" And I said, "Yeah." She said, "I'm not going to lay here long. I'm just going to lay here for a little bit." So
that's funny.
She laid down, but she got right back up.
Saw somebody that this caught my a Chorky. What did they say? A Chorky, a Chihuahua, and a Yorkie. You know what? This is.
Jason does not like yappy dogs.
Well, I don't. Gidget just drives me nuts, but I love her to death. I do. I love her to death.
But you don't need more than one.
But you know what? Whoever the guy was, y'all think about this. Now, y'all think about, now I don't know what y'all's age are, but I'm just going to assume y'all are my age. Okay. So just think about when we were younger.
Yeah, there was no such thing.
If somebody had crossed a Yorkie and a Chihuahua, it was called a mutt.
That's right.
Whatever person that is that decided to come up with
Designer
these fancy
breeds.
names for these dogs and sell them, because you couldn't give a Chorky away back in 1982.
No.
You couldn't give it away. That'd have
Or
been
not
free
even
puppies.
1992.
Yeah, they'd have wrote on the box, free puppies. Yeah, but now, ain't that something?
Yes, it's crazy.
Whoever came up with that is a genius.
Yep.
They are a marketing genius. And I don't know if they made any money off of it, but they you would think they would have, but that just blows my mind.
Well, our we always called them Yorkie because everybody knows what a Yorkie is.
Yeah.
But we had Millie and Molly, and they were sisters, and Millie lived to be 20 years old.
She did.
Her sister Molly was not ever nearly as healthy, and she lived to be about 13.
Yeah.
Well, Millie and Molly, while I called them Yorkies because that's what they look like.
They look like Yorkies.
They were a cross between a Yorkie and a Silky Terrier. So
they were a chicken, though.
They were Silkshire, I think is what the designer breed is now.
Is that what it's called?
A Silkshire.
But it wasn't called that then.
No, it wasn't called that then.
Yeah.
I mean, the lady gave them to us to give them a good home, which, I mean, it didn't make any difference to us if they were full-blooded or not. We loved them till the day they died.
That's right.
But they were yappers.
They were hunters.
I tell you what's
thank goodness Arlo's not a hunter. We were looking up.
This is funny.
We were looking up dog breeds.
I thought you were going to talk about the little mouse that Tucker had the other day.
Oh yeah, it was that too. But we were looking up. Why don't we Google miniature schnauzer? What were we? We know they're from Germany, but there was some reason why we were doing it.
Oh, because of him and the mouse.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Yeah. So the other day, I let him out every morning now, but since there's no traffic going right now, and that's why you guys haven't seen him, because I was just so scared I didn't know when an electrician was coming or leaving, or, I just didn't know if
he went out and did his business and came right back in because we couldn't take a chance of something happening and him getting run over.
Yeah. So it just scared me to death. So anyway, the other day I let him out, and him and Tucker play like two dogs,
two cats.
I mean, they really do play with each other. And so he saw Tucker and he gets excited. Oh, there's Tucker. And what's funny about Tucker is a typical cat. Arlo's so excited and he just wants to run around circles. And Tucker's just like laid back and chill, for a minute. And then, she'll make a move and then she's back chill again. Just a typical cat.
Uh-huh.
But Arlo's running around and Tucker's not really moving this time. And then Arlo stops. And Tucker had a mouse. And she dropped it. And when she dropped it, oh my gracious, y'all, Arlo it started running. And this is also the difference between a cat and a dog. The mouse started, scurrying like this. And then Arlo was just going, he was running around and he would grab it and he'd drop it and he was running all around. And Tucker's just sitting there just cool and calm.
Because she knew she could catch it anytime she wanted to.
Just as cool and calm as you could be. And then, Arlo's just he's like Lester. and Tucker's like Jamie, just cool and calm. You know what I mean? And so this is all going on.
Hilarious.
And so finally Tucker's like, I'm tired of this. And just a normal walk, just a normal smooth cat walk. How they walk so smooth, it's not like a dog.
Right.
And Arlo's still running around and that mouse is just, and Tucker just smooth. And it's kind of like a horror movie. Y'all know, like on a horror movie, when you watch a horror movie, how the person that's trying to get away from the bad guy, the Michael Myers, whoever, and they're running wide open like this. And he's just walking, and then he catches them every time. It's the exact same thing. Tucker's just running so smooth. Walking so smooth. And the mouse just like stops. And she just picks it up and just walks on around. And then Arlo's like, man, what in the world? Where are you taking it? But it was so funny.
Well, you know what I did while you were gone off subject?
What's that?
I bush hogged down there in the bottom where I saw that gigantic anaconda rattlesnake.
You didn't see another one.
I didn't, but it made me think about it
goodness.
because I saw a few field mice running because the grass had gotten a little bit taller.
Yeah.
So, the little mice were scurrying along while I was bush hogging, but I didn't see
You didn't see a snake?
No, I didn't see.
Good.
I didn't see it.
Oh, good. Where did Arlo go?
He's over here.
Okay.
No, he went down the hall.
Oh.
He's probably trying to get me across to let him in. There he is.
He jumped over the whole couch.
Oh,
it's getting dark on us.
It is.
Yeah.
There's Mary Carl. Hey, Mary Carl. Look, peek in right here and tell everybody, hey.
Wave at everybody.
Hi, what are you doing? Oh, okay.
Going to get some plants.
She got some plants to put in her room because her room, as you guys have seen, it gets plenty of sunlight.
Ooh, so that's what those are for.
Yes, they're for her room.
I didn't know that.
Hold them up and let everybody see.
See, that's an orchid. What kind of orchid is that?
It's called a ground orchid.
So we can plant it?
Yeah.
It'll live in our zone?
Not in the winter.
Not in the winter. Okay.
And then the other one is?
Asparagus fern. That's right.
Okay. Well, go
Good
see
deal.
if they fit in your pots.
Awesome.
Yeah, we've bought since the time we've been living in the camper. Come here, buddy.
Come here, Arlo.
We've bought. She knew that she wanted plants in her room.
He loves Mary Carl too.
Well, she must have took him with her.
Maybe he's in there with her then. He's gonna help her.
I wouldn't doubt it. She loves him too.
Yeah.
Nope, there she is.
There he is.
Interesting.
Who knows what's going on?
But yeah, needless to say, we're waiting on the fence to be installed before the dogs can move in, but that doesn't mean I might not move in first.
Right.
And another thing is our cabinets were supposed to come last week.
And they're not here yet.
Yep. And I asked him.
Blue poodle. Somebody's got a blue poodle. I just caught my attention.
I asked the cabinet guy if he was going to have them installed last week, and he said no, but we shouldn't be too much longer.
Good. We'll text him again.
And he was supposed to let me know something by the end of the weekend about something else, and I hadn't heard from him.
Heard from him. I have to remind him.
I'm about to go and buy me some cardboard boxes, turn them upside down, put my stovetop in between those two boxes, my cooktop.
Yeah.
Put the wall oven right up next to it.
Right.
It won't hurt anything.
It won't hurt anything. or anything.
You want to take some questions? Should I turn on a light?
I can get it.
Do you want to take some questions
I
or
can take a few questions.
I'm
Oh,
trying to get it to where
sewed up.
a lot of people have asked in the past, do I not wear glasses? I wear readers. I don't wear. I think so. I think it looks good. I wear readers when I'm thinking about bringing them, and they're still in the camper. I'm trying to figure out how to make this work
Hey, buddy. Let's see here.
where I can read the comments.
Let's see here. It's pallet cabinets, Brooke.
I'm trying to.
Pallet
Okay.
cabinets.
Pallet
So
cabinets.
somebody just said pallet cabinets.
I'm on the verge of pallet cabinets.
Skip building the outdoor sink cabinet, and we'll just start building the indoor cabinets.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fine for me to have you an outdoor sink that I build, but it's not fine for me to have my indoor cabinets that
That's
I
right.
build. I'm not that confident.
Somebody said, well, we plan on putting ceiling fans in this room, and we're not, because I'm going to tilt this, so because we put a chandelier right there and here, right there.
And I read some of the older comments, and they said it just blends in too much, and you can't see it.
You can. It's
You
just this
can in
camera.
here.
Yeah.
When you're in this room, it looks beautiful. You can see it. It's
Yeah.
not hidden.
Yeah.
So it's just what we wanted. We
Yeah.
talked about there's this company that makes these fans, and it's called Big ASS. Yes, that's a bad word. But they make these beautiful fans, and we thought about doing one of those, but we just we ended up thinking that it would be better if we just go with a chandelier. So that's what we did. I'm going to scoot in a little closer so y'all can,
So you can see.
so I can see.
There you go. Did I turn off? Somebody said they said I turned on too many lights. The little lights. All right, you go ahead and read.
Well, that's the problem is I can't see. You do not need the kitchen light on. It glares on Brooke.
I want to make sure everybody can see your beautiful face.
Is that what it is?
That's better.
What's up with a red nose? I go by Rudolph sometimes. No, seriously, it was cloudy and I was doing some bush hogging and I wasn't out there for long. It was actually rain all over the radar and I got a little red nose because I haven't done it in so long. Somebody said something about a housewarming.
Mm-hmm.
Would we sign up for gifts or whatever? We don't really feel comfortable,
Yeah.
saying donate here or give us this or give us that. I just don't. I mean, everybody works hard for their money. It's your hard-earned money. We work for our income, so we just kind of feel like that's
right. I need to move this out of the way. There we go. Well, the dogs have grass in their yard.
somebody must have been ugly about the way I was looking
Well,
because they said, "Don't be ugly to Brooke."
oh,
I
who
don't
knows?
care. I don't care. Be ugly to me all you want to because it goes in this ear and out this other one. So how's that make you feel?
Oh, me.
And I mean it.
That's right. They had a miniature schnauzer. She was a gem.
Does my
How's the-
mom help with the farm tours? No, she doesn't.
She doesn't.
It's not something that she's interested in, and we respect that.
Where did the name Arlo come from? That's a good question.
That is.
So Arlo is a German breed. And so what I did is I looked up the top 20 German boy names, and Arlo being an A was like on up there. And I thought
We didn't go through too many, did
that
we?
is a awesome name.
It
and it
is.
just stuck.
Arlo Guthrie. I don't know who that is, but my mama told me who that is. So he's obviously from around her time because she showed us a picture of him. He
Yeah.
had a big burly beard and he was a musician,
Mhm.
if I'm not mistaken.
That's correct.
Love you, Brooke. Love you, Brooke. I love y'all too. And I don't care. If somebody wants to be ugly, you let them be ugly because they got a problem.
It says, can you set up the electric netting for the dogs? I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. It's not. I don't think it's going to be that much longer.
No,
I
he
think the fence guy will be here pretty soon.
was pretty on it.
Yeah.
Unlike our cabinet guy, he was
Right.
pretty. I mean, I'm really convinced that the fence guy's going to do what he said.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Hey, you know what I did
What's
on
that?
the way home from dropping you off from the airport?
What's that?
So I've been picking up these plants on clearance at
Right,
the big box
right.
stores, and I've picked them up in Clanton, and I've picked them up in Alabaster, and I went by another Walmart,
Yeah.
and in Calera,
Right.
and I picked up some more plants.
Ooh.
So I'm getting our landscape like ready to rock and roll.
And for half off.
Oh my gosh. Y'all would not believe 75% off. And I'm not buying like 2 or 3 of them. I'm buying like 10 or 12 for like a base plant,
for garden rooms.
For our garden rooms and for our house, whatever. Yeah. I was just thinking that, people were asking how they could buy stuff. If you insist on giving something, Petals from the Past does gift cards, and we could always use
But we'd rather
you keep your money.
Yeah.
And support your family, because we don't ask for anything.
Look at that.
Hey, what do you have?
Who
are
that?
those?
Are those cats?
No, they're pigeons. Mama calls them the flying dogs.
The flying dogs.
The flying dogs.
This one's grasshopper and this one's cricket.
Grasshopper and cricket. They're beautiful.
They're molting.
Are they?
Yeah.
You think they're gonna stay sweet?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Grasshopper and cricket.
Grasshopper and cricket.
That's
Do we still have
awesome.
Tiny Tim? Yes, we still have Tiny Tim and
We do.
Melinda and
I'm gonna show Tiny Tim
2 hens.
this week.
Recall, is it 2 hens and 1 rooster?
3 hens.
3 hens.
Then the 2 baby roosters.
Okay.
And 1 grown rooster.
Okay. They just keep coming.
They just keep coming.
I was going to talk about the tiny house and all the people saying that we should keep it.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, so we hadn't talked about, initially we had said that we may keep the tiny house and put it here on the property and have it for, maybe a woofer, which is Worldwide Organic Farmers. Worldwide Organic Farmers. World Organization of Organic Farmers.
Okay.
It's called the WOOF program. And
That's right, wolf.
so we thought about keeping that and maybe doing that program at some point. But in all honesty, Mama's got a lot of money tied up in the tiny house that she would like to recoup back, which is understandable. I mean, she's got money tied up in the house next door.
Right.
So I just don't feel like it's in our budget to keep the tiny house to pay her what she paid for it,
Right.
in order for us to get a return that we would never ever see.
Right.
And plus it would depreciate in value the longer it sat. Nobody's gonna be living in it.
Right.
So the chance of pests and things getting into it would be pretty great. And we just feel like that it's in our best interest to not keep the tiny house. So I wanted to
answer
address
that question.
Yeah, it would be awesome as a pond house, or it would be awesome to have for Mary Carl to have spend the night company, but not when she's got what she's got tied up into it. And plus, where our driveway is going to go eventually is right around where the tiny house is sitting.
That's what we plan on doing.
So even if it did stay here, it would have to be moved on our property, which we can't do. We don't have the equipment to get up under the tiny house and move it. Airbnb, we would never get our money back.
Right.
And you would never, just say that we rented it out 3 times a month for $100 a pop. That's $300. Well, we would never get back out of it the investment that was put in, and it'd just be sitting.
Right.
So it's just,
plus we wouldn't have time for Airbnb.
We don't have time, y'all. We don't have time as it is to do what needs to be done, much less something else to take care of. While that is a wonderful idea, it's just not an investment where we could get any kind of return back on, and we don't have time for it.
We don't have time for it. We wouldn't have time to work it like it would need to be worked.
No, we could have a flower station to sell flowers, but it would be a very costly flower selling place. It's not anything
Plus, too, with the if we used it for a flower station, we got somewhere to sell the flowers. So we,
I mean,
I
keep
don't
it
know.
for Mary Carl when she gets older. Somebody said that.
Oh, yeah.
It's just not y'all. Nobody would be living in it. It
yeah,
just
they would deteriorate.
think when something's not being lived in, it deteriorates so fast because you think, oh, I need to go over there and check on that,
Right.
or I need to go do this. Well, the next thing you know.
Well, plus, too, we have to move it because it can't stay where it is.
It can't stay where it is.
So if it moved it on another part of the property, then we'd have to get another septic tank, and then we'd have to get power and water over there to it, and it had to have its own meter again. So we'd have to get another power pole set over here, and I think the power company's probably maxed out on putting power poles over here.
Yeah, one pole is $1,600.
$1,700
for one power pole, and we know we'd have to have a power pole set.
At least we'd have more than one.
At least one, if not two. So it's just an investment that have it for camping for people who come to visit. Yeah, that's a wonderful idea, but we just don't have the funds to allow us to just leave it sitting.
Right.
And I would have to pay Mama for it because she paid for it. Right. So it would have to be, paid back to her. And
right.
It's just not it's not going to work.
That's right.
So we're going to sell it.
That's right.
And we're going to sell that camper too. I'm going to set it up by the road this week. If y'all go by and see it, big old for sale sign on it, just honk at it. Or either come make me an offer, whatever you want to do.
We'll just leave the hitch and all on it. Maybe somebody just get it and we can just say,
yeah, I'm fully insured. So say maybe a sign that says, take me. Take me with you. I would have a hard time explaining that to the insurance company.
You probably would.
I need to. I had a sign and it said "take me," but I didn't think anybody was going to take it.
Yeah. I'm gonna take one more.
Yeah. Another thing is strangers staying on the property. We're just,
right.
it's just not something that we can do.
I think we got any more.
Yeah, everybody understands. That we're selling
yep.
it, and it did sound like a good idea initially, but
did.
When I started thinking about how, if I rented it out, just say for $400 a month, I wouldn't get but $4,800 in a year.
Yeah,
and to get what she needs back out of it.
Yeah, it'll take a little while. Then it'll start depreciating.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna have to start making repairs, and I can only build one sink at a time. And these cabinets in here are coming first, I can assure you.
Oh,
before I start repairing on the tiny house, I'm going to repair in here.
Yeah. Are we going to pave part of the driveway? We're going to concrete some up here, but the rest of it's going to be rock. It's going to be rock. And this ground, it drains so well and it's so hard. I know Greg's probably he'll slope it where the water will run off like it's supposed to and all that kind of good
and
stuff.
Plus we'll put a weed mat down. First, so weeds won't be growing up in it, and it'll be done properly.
Right.
But it won't be all concrete.
No,
I wish it would.
I wish it would too. Yeah, but it'll be a little bit of concrete.
It'll be a little bit of concrete.
Yep. Right here near the garage.
You could do $100 a night. Well, at $100 a night, 52. That wouldn't be but 52. Well, if I did it once a week, $5,200 in a year. So
yeah, it would take a little while.
It would take a little while, and I don't have time.
That's right.
I don't have time.
Well, I'm tired.
Are you saying
you're
ready?
Tired. I'm gonna have to go to bed.
Quits?
I'm gonna have to go to bed. I do want to let you guys know that video is coming out tomorrow. A normal Monday video is coming out tomorrow, but it's probably gonna be later than 8:00 in the morning. So you guys bear with us, but it is coming.
I should have edited it.
You should have.
I'm the one that videoed, so
it is. It's
you have
video.
something to see that's a little bit different
that's
tomorrow.
Right.
So y'all make sure you tune in to see Brooke's. What could it be?
Brooke's exciting weekend.
No, it needs to rhyme.
Oh, I don't know. I'm not a freestyle rapper.
Brooke's back. How's that?
That'll work.
Brooke's back, but he ain't sick this time.
Oh, Brooke's back. I'm Jason, though. Jason's back. Not Brooke. You was here.
No, Brooke's back to videoing.
Oh, Brooke's back to video, and
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, because I videoed like 3 times in a row.
You. I saw a lot about Picos. I will answer that real quick before we go. No babies yet. She's still sitting, but it's got to be soon.
I went.
It's got to be soon.
I went and took a peek at her, and she was
still sitting. Yeah, it's got to be soon.
She was mad at me for looking at her.
That's right. But she was. Yeah, she does, and she hisses too.
Yeah, she don't. I don't think she's got that much longer.
She ain't got that much longer.
I'd be elated to move out of that camper the same day she hatches her babies this week.
There you go. Y'all be
Come
good.
on, Arlo. Come on,
Tell him, Lolo.
Arlo said he's going back to the camper for tonight, and this is his last night at the camper.
Y'all be good. We love y'all.